Greetings, travelers. Welcome to Lorespire. Today we cover the myths and legends of the Wayward realms. As many as we know at this point anyways. I'm sure that eventually there will be dozens more. Keep in mind as we cover these that we as the player may have meta knowledge that confirms or disproves a myth or legend, but following are what your actual characters will have been hearing throughout their lives, and is all of the knowledge they are likely to have on these subjects. So, I guess you just gotta ask yourself, is my character a skeptic or a believer? That is sure to be an interesting part of every character's personality profile in the Wayward Realms. First up, we have the strange folk that dwell below the waves. Eerie tales are whispered amongst the sailors and fishermen of the archipelago. Tales of strange folk who dwell below the waves, hidden away in underwater caverns and ancient sunken ruins. While these stories are sometimes told to scare children at night or to humor drunken sailors in taverns, there are many seamen who claim to have encountered these beings in their travels. Some claim to have heard haunting melodies echoing from the depths, while others speak of bizarre underwater lights that dance on the surface of the sea. A few even swear to have glimpsed these creatures during storms, emerging briefly from the churning waves before disappearing into the abyss. There are even some that claim to have had friendly encounters. They tell of small children rescued from drowning after wading too far from the shore, or of seafarers tossed overboard by a storm who were returned safely to their vessels, albeit forever changed by the experience. Whether they are benevolent guardians of the sea or malevolent creatures lurking in the depths, these aquatic beings are certainly a reclusive and enigmatic race, if they exist at all. Coco. For many on the archipelago, there's a vague childhood memory of a kind woman named Coco with a shaggy winged steed who would give presents to some of the children. They don't recall when it happened, but somewhere on the road to adulthood, she stopped coming around bearing gifts. Sandy Claus. While the mysterious Coco is known to bring gifts to the children of the archipelago, the being simply referred to as Sandy Claus is said to bring swift and brutal vengeance upon any adults who would harm them. So be good for your own sake. The Red Knight. In the marshlands of northern splendor lies the Duchy of Dartmourn, ruled by House Adebayo. The eerie, watery glades have given rise to spooky tales of spectral black hounds, long forgotten haunted vaults, and a vengeful spirit cloaked in red. Here is a poem of the Red Knight, likely recited by bards throughout splendor. If you ever wander either wayward or yonder, tread cautiously of an old traveler in red you might meet. Never decline his gift of wine, nor his offer of ale and a chance to rest your feet. Listen to him boast and accept his toasts with honest enthusiasm and delight. For it is said that he is very much dead, but nonetheless he is still Sir Fracas Billiam, the Red Knight. For it is told he was betrayed by Duke of Old, slain, his body left to the mires, but his valiant spirit lingers ever near it, until justice has been served upon his killers and their desires. Should you refuse his gifts and choose to make elsewhere your camp for the night, upon you a curse, and maybe even worse, you will have wet socks for the rest of your life. So if you ever wander either wayward or yonder, tread cautiously of an old traveler in red you should meet. Never decline his gift of wine, nor his offer of ale and a chance to rest your feet. Now, this is a really cool poem, and it leaves me hoping that the Red Knight is not just a myth or legend, but someone that we can actually meet in the game. That would be pretty freaking awesome. I guess we'll just have to wait and find out. Lake Hermannstadt. It has been said that the ancient Lake of Ijar is protected by a powerful water spirit. The dwarfs, who rely on the lake's fresh water to meet their market demand, have recently faced an unusual dilemma. They claim that the once friendly spirit has become hostile, causing their bottled water to lose its purity. As skilled traders, it is odd that dwarfs are unable to meet their supply needs. Could there be something more to this legend of the water spirit? Or are there underlying issues within the dwarfen trades that are affecting their operations? Only time will tell as the mystery unfolds in the land of Ijar. Now, I find this one to be particularly interesting because we should have some opportunity to interact with it ourselves during early access. Although the city of Hermannstadt was a stretch goal, so that could have some effect on our experience of this in the early access build, but still, we only have a year or a year plus until we get to hopefully check this one out for ourselves. Last, we have my personal favorite, because ogres are awesome, and Saint Valentos is probably the coolest ogre we know of. Maybe the only ogre we know of? Yeah, maybe. Anyways, here we have Saint Valentos. When the wizard saints divined the stars, an ogre among them took the name Valentos. He became renowned for his love of the goddess Andreka, eventually banishing the hateful malice Odiamos from Lavinium in her name and winning her heart. His undying love is celebrated annually on Saint Valentos' Day. So yeah, that one is pretty short, but it might be my favorite just because of the subject in question. I do hope that we get an extended version of this story told somewhere within the Wayward Realms. I would really enjoy reading the details of Saint Valentos' feat. Anyways, this was a quick video, and will probably be our last lore video until Once Lost Games releases something significant. If you want to learn more about the Wayward Realms, check out this playlist, which features just about all of the lore that we currently know of the Wayward Realms, plus other info as well. This has been Chris with Lorespire. Be well, my friends.